Okay, and now let's see number 6. One wall inside the shoe store is used to display walking shoes and running shoes. There are 135 pair of shoes in this display. There are 1.5 times as many pair of walking shoes as there running shoes on display. How many pair of walking shoes and running shoes are on display? So we know this is a system of equation because we have two items, we have two variables. So we have walking shoes and running shoes. So to make it easy, we have to label first. So X will be the number of walking shoes, Y will be the number of running shoes. So let's see. When we have a system, we have two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. Finding the system, it's the most important piece here because solving it's easy. We can use the inspire to solve a system of equation. So in this case, of course, they want to know the number, how many pair of walking shoes and running shoes. So we have to know the number X and Y. So the first equation, there are 135 pair of shoes combined between walking shoes and running shoes. Between walking shoes and running shoes, you have 135. So equation 1 should be X plus Y equal to 135. Now let's see equation 2. Equation 2, it's a little bit tricky. You have 1.5 times as many pair of walking shoes as they are running shoes. So equation 2, X equal 1.5 Y. So this is the most important piece, the most important piece, how you're gonna write your system. So in this case, what we're gonna do, we're gonna solve a system using the calculator. How? It's too simple. So let's do it. So we're gonna go to calculate there. Now you do menu 3, then solve a system of linear equation. Of course, we have two variables and we're gonna keep X and Y. Now you see, this is what you should see. So the top one represent equation 1, the bottom represent equation 2, which we have to copy this equation as we see it. So the first one will be X plus Y equal 135, and now we have to write equation 2, X equal 1.5 Y, and enter. So the answer will be 81, 54. So let's talk about this answer. So 81 represent the X, 54 represent the Y. So again, what's X? X, the walking shoes. So we have 81 walking shoes, and 54 represent the running shoes, and we have 54 running shoes. So in this case, the answer will be J. Now this is very simple. Number 7, very simple. All of us, we know what's a mapping diagram. Mapping diagram, it's a relation between X and Y, and that relation is being represented by an arrow. Like in this case, if we want to write this mapping diagram as a table, you have to be very careful. You see the -2 in relation with the -3. Common mistake, people, they do -2, -4. I saw it, a lot of students. No, -4 and -2 and -4 are not in relation, so you cannot put both of them in the same level. -2 in relation with -3. Now, -1 in relation with -3.75, then 0 in relation with -4, then 2 in relation with -3. you can use the process of elimination. So look, do we even have -3 right here? No, we don't. So guess what? I'm going to cross A. So this mapping diagram represents quadratic equation. And beside that, the 0, okay, this is okay. How about C? I have -2, -3, I have 0, -4, I have 1, -3.75, I have -4, -6. Guess what? It's not C. And I have an easy way to do this also. You can do the quadratic regression. So you have a lot of way. Either you do elimination or quadratic regression. Now even the graph you can cancel. Why? Because you see right here in the graph, you have -2, comma 0. That's the x-intercept. Using the graph, you can tell that's the -2 in relation with the 0, which contradict what we have in this mapping diagram. So we can cross B. So just by the process of elimination, you can eliminate A, B, or C. So the answer is going to be D. And again, so this is a quadratic regression. You can find your A, B, and C using the table. What you have to do, to go to the spreadsheet. So new document. A new document, you press the spreadsheet, you type X, you type Y. Make sure you put your number as you see them. So -2, enter, -1, enter, 0, enter, 2, enter. Okay, for -2 you have -3. I'm doing this problem with kind of a lot of alternatives so you can see what you can use. There is no only one way, there is multiple ways to do this problem. But I like to use calculator always so I can check my work. So -4, so and -3. So what you do, you're gonna plug your table, this table, to find the equation. So again, this is a quadratic regression, so we go to menu, statistic, stat calculation, so menu. So number, oh, no, no, we should, you see, it was so fast, so menu, then 4, then 1, then 6. There, 6, it's quadratic regression. So X list will be X, and Y list will be Y. Then enter. So A equal 0.25, B equal to 0, C equal to -4. So you see how the B is 0, so 0 times X, there is no X. So the equation will be 0.25 x squared minus 4. It's the same. So by finding the equation, by plugging your number, by plugging your table in the calculator, you can find the equation. And so if your equation does not match, you can cross D. You can start from D instead of doing the table, the graph, or the ordered pair. There are plenty of ways to do this. Now 8. 8, you have 2 points, given 2 points, and then you have the slope. And the question, what's the value of W? First thing, you have to use the formula chart. If you forget, you have the formula M equal y2 minus y1 divide x2 minus x1. And you're gonna have this formula in the star chart. Make sure you use the star formula chart. So step one, always I tell my student, please labeling is the most important piece. So the first point is gonna take number one, so x sub 1 and y1. The second one is gonna take 2, so so x2 and y2. Always we're gonna have x comma y. Now 1 over 8, that's your slope, because the slope of the line is 1 over 8. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna replace m by 1 over 8. You're gonna replace y2 by 4. You're gonna replace y1 by w, so minus w. So what's x2? x2 is negative 10 minus, you see that's the minus, x1. x1 it's negative 6. What I'm going to show you, it's not an algebraic way, it's a way how to use the calculator to solve. Sometimes it's about the concept. You know what? If you can set your equation, you can solve it using the nSpire. So we're going to use the nsolve now. The nsolve to solve for w. Make sure when you use the nsolve, you put your equation, the equation you set, then comma your variable. In this case, we want to solve for w. So here you're going to put comma w. This is how I'm going to use the nsolve. So menu 3 1 3 1. Then I'm going to press the equation as I see it. I'm going to type it. So control division. I'm going to put 1/8, 1 over 8. So 1 divide 8. Then equal, again, control division. I'm going to put 4 minus w. So 4 minus, where is my w? Divide negative 10 minus is going to be plus, or I tell my student, you know what, it's okay, you can put it as minus, then negative 6. It's the same. The calculator will do the job for you. And then you put comma, the most important, comma what? Comma w, because we're solving for w, and then enter. The answer is 4.5. So we know it's 9 over 2, but you know what? If even you don't know how to convert to fraction, this is what you do. You're going to use the calculator. You press menu to enter, to convert these to fractions. So menu, 2, and then 2, then enter. It's 9 over 2. So the answer is H. Okay. Here, I tell my student, before even you start, you have to organize the problem you have. So what type of function this one? Without even reading, I can see this is a line, so this is a linear. So they give you the population of Webb County, Texas, from the year 2000 through 2010. It's shown in the graph. So this is between 2000 and 2010. So the 0 represent 2000, 10 represent 2010. Then, and the trend shown in the graph continue. What will be the population of the Webb County in 2015? So we're going to make prediction about 2015. So 2015 will be number 15 in the graph. So far, we have to find the y for 15. So because 15 comma what? This is the number of population. It's your y value. Now, the easy way to do this, again, I will tell my student, you know what? If you cannot use your graph, if you cannot see it, if whatever, for some reason, do the linear regression, because you know this is a linear. So let's do the linear regression. Let's find the equation. Let's find m. Let's find b. So Here you can see your B. Your B, it's 193. I'm sorry, your B, it's 193. Your B, it's the y-intercept right here. The y-intercept, 193. You can find the M. M, it's y2. You can y2 minus y1 divide x2 minus x1 is like 250 minus 193 divide 10. So kind of rise over run. Or if you don't know how to do all of this, what you have to do, you have to do the linear regression, which is the simple way. So you're going to copy this 2.0193 and then 10, 250. I try to show you always the easy way, so I don't want to confuse you. So you go to new document, no for save, spreadsheet with the linear. If you do the linear regression, you have to have 2 point. Quadratic regression, 3. So just remember that. So we are safe here because we have 2 points. So 0, enter, then 10, enter. Then we go in B, we type Y, and then we plug our number as we see them. 193, enter, then 250, enter. So menu, 4, 1, and this is a linear regression, so we're going to use number 3, mx plus b, then x list x, then make sure you put y list y, then enter, enter. So m, it's 5.7, b, it's 193, so we know b, it's 193, but if you cannot see it on the graph, you can use the linear regression. So in this case, we have an equation. Now, this is the question. The question in year 2015. In year 2015, what is your y? The best way, I'm going to use the calculator again. I'm going to go to new document. I want to have a table. Go to new document, enter. So press no for save. Always, I'm going to press no. So your equation, it's 5.7 x plus 193. Then enter. You're not going to see it because the y-intercept too high. So this is what you do for table. Control T to give you a table. Now, when x equal 15, so 2015, when x equal 15, when x equal 15, right here, what's the population? 278.5. 278. So the answer will be B. Okay. Now number 10. I told my student always, this is the type of gift because we're going to use the inspire to solve. Now, if you have any equation, always, if they give you an equation, always you're going to have two variables in the equation. We don't care what they name them, x and y, t and z. So they're going to give you two letters. One represent x, one represent y. Now, in this equation, you will be given either x and you're going to look for y, or they give you y and you're going to look for x. So the main thing, you set your equation, then you use the answer. So in this case, this is the given equation. Let's read. A city employee paints curb in parking lot and replace road sign. It take half an hour to paint parking lot curb and 2.5 hours to replace a road sign. The function below can be used to find C. The C, it's the number of parking lot curb the employee paint when he replace R road sign in 40 hours work week. If the employee painted 20 curb in 1 week, how many road signs did he replace that week? So the question, how many road signs did he replace that week if he painted 20 curb? So this is our equation. Our equation, C equal 40 minus 2.5 R all divide 0.5. So step one, this is our equation. This is the equation. Okay. Now, what they give you? Did they give you C or R? Let's see. 20 curve. So in this case, the curve represents what? The number of curve represents C. So in this case, 20 represents C. So they give you C and they need you to find how many rows. They need you to find R. So what you're gonna do? It's so easy. You replace C by 20 and you solve for R. So you can use the and solve. So you go to calculate and solve menu 3, 1. Then you put your equation as you see it, 20 equal. Then I'm going to use control division here. So control division and the top 40 minus 2.5 R. Where is my R? Right here. Then I move down and I put 0.5. So technically you're gonna copy and paste your equation. Then you put comma what? We're solving for R, so comma R, enter. 12. Okay, I hope you like this video, and the next video we're gonna cover number 11 through 15.